What we're doing today? Well, we are going to be sexing our broodstock. So we've got some males and females in these two ponds. We're taking them out and we're going to put them into Pond Dillon and we're going to do some hatching. Welcome to the channel. My name's Tim, here at RAD Uganda. It's good to have you with us. Do like and subscribe because that always helps us. Let me talk you through some of the thinking behind what we're trying to do here. Look at this. We've got some fry in here, which is very exciting. So we've got a mixture of these are fry, they're not even eggs. So you can see that they've hatched. And so this female's, they're mouth-brooders, remember? So they hold on to their eggs into their fry to keep them safe. So that means that the fish isn't eating for a while. But yeah, this is fantastic. See? Some fry. Well done. What's the size of this female, do you think?
This is about 80 grams.
80 grams, okay. So we've got one of our females here. She's 84. She moves around. Not bad. This is a nice big female. 160, so she's about double the last one we saw. So we're transferring all of the females at the moment into here. This is like basically what we're doing is tidying up, as it were, because this is a sort of a legacy of not enough resource to do everything we want to do properly with hatchery and production. So it's quite nice to sort of slowly be clearing things up. So in terms of having distinct male and female populations of good size, numbers and things like that. So we're currently breeding a few fish from here, just the sort of the remnants essentially, and then we will do a lot of the ones that we've transferred over to the new hatchery site. Those we can sort of put into a better management system for hatchery. So this will give us much better yields, more consistency. We had a meeting last night. We were talking about bringing a new broodstock strain into the farm, so you're avoiding inbreeding, doing some tagging, things like that, so we can sort of step up our quality and efficiency in how we're doing that. And eventually we'll put these ponds into production, and they're quite good for catfish actually, these ones, because they're smaller. So you can, with catfish, we talked about grading, you need to do that consistently, so you want a small pond. So yeah, very good to see so we check here, this one's got eggs. So we need to remove all those. We will remove them, Sam?
Yes.
So we remove them all.
Oh.
The reason is you want everything that's coming out of this pond to be consistent in size of fingerlings and fry. So you get rid of everything in the mouth, so you give them an opportunity to breed, and then you can stop starting again. So once we've collected all the females, we'll go to here and get the males that we need, and we're operating at a 3-to-1 ratio. So you have 3 females for every male, and that helps the fish, because if you have too many males, they'll harass the females, and you don't need as many males, because the expensive part is the eggs, as we talked about before. Sperm is really cheap to produce, so the males will produce loads of sperm, no problem, and in terms of an energy cost for them, whereas the females, it takes a lot more energy to produce eggs, because they obviously have a lot of nutrition in the eggs, so the embryo can develop. So yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. It's good to see them all coming out, the third pond, in good sizes. We've got some males and females in here, which is not good. You just want to have females. You can see here, I'm just trying to squeeze it to get the Milt out. There you go. Do you see that little spray? So that's the sperm essentially that will use on the eggs to fertilize them. So you don't want to mix your males and females in a pond until you're ready for production, because the males will start producing already, and then there's a cycle for egg laying. So you want to catch all of the egg laying in one time in that pond, so that when you harvest your fry, they're all the same age, and you can get consistency in fingerling size and production. This is Roy from ASC, who's been visiting us all week, which is great. He's been here for a few days. It's a catfish. Yeah. So these are the shooters that we'd put in.
No,
Like-
these are the
small. Yeah, sorry, the small ones. So these were like 2 grams, I think you said. 2 to 10 grams.
Yes.
Okay. And how?
See, they have got
Yeah.
resident in
That's,
size.
how big is that one? That's quite big, eh?
This one is now like in 15.
15. So we put them in at 10.
Yeah.
10. Okay. And this is like, is that a week?
Look at the map.
Not yet a month. Yeah. So that's pretty good. So that's 50% growth. Thereabouts in about 20 days. So the catfish. So just I'll talk you through why we've got catfish in here. So we stocked a number of catfish in the ponds at the end. Catfish are highly cannibalistic, so they will eat anything that's bigger than their mouth, smaller than their mouth pretty much. So when you put catfish in, say you put 6,000 in, the bigger catfish called shooters will always be eating smaller catfish. And so then you end up with a lot less catfish. So when it's important to grade them so that you separate out the big ones, get the shooters out, and then you have a consistent growth in the population. So what we did is we sampled, we took out the big ones, about 200 of those, and then we took out the sort of the average size, put those into another pond, and then the really tiny ones, which would have been eaten, we put them in here because the fish are big enough. They're not going to eat any of the fish, but it gives us an opportunity for the catfish to grow. They can eat, tadpoles, little minnows. If there's males and females in here, which we don't want in this pond. The fry that are being produced, the catfish would eat them. So you end up with a bunch of catfish that you can sell to market, and it helps keep the water clean. So often a management strategy in a mixed pond would be put males and females, tilapia, and then 3 months later, when those fish have grown up, they'll start reproducing, and then you put catfish. The catfish will eat all the tilapia that are being produced. You end up with catfish and tilapia when you come to harvest. The disadvantage is that the tilapia are still spending a lot of energy and resource on production of fingerlings and fry, and not on growth, which is what you want when you're trying to get fish to eat to table. So they're just going to go again and catch some more fish. So we've got enough. The females are mostly in here. Sort our females, put them into this pond, and sort ourselves. We're adding the males at the moment, but these are some of this is a shooter. Can you see this catfish? It's like 300, maybe close to 300. There's another one there. They're just so enormous. So you need to be careful, because this, if that was in a pond with other catfish, it'll just eat all the catfish. So yeah, it's put on a lot of weight. And then these are our males. You can see they're much bigger, that's why we're growing males to sell to farmers, because look at the size of these males compared to the females. They're huge. So we've put in 48 females at the moment. We're going to put in 16 males. So that's the ratio that we're going for. Then we're going to collect some more females. We're just waiting for the water levels to go down. Getting males is easy. It's just that we don't need as many. What's the size of these ones, Samiri?
See, scale could be having a problem. It's super because it is giving a.
Give you the wrong reading.
Yeah, because this one be close to 200.
Close to
But
200.
it is giving 90.
Yeah, so we just need to sort that. But yeah, that is definitely good size. That's a table weight fish. We probably sell that fish at like 3,000, 4,000, 3,000 shillings, I think, maybe. So, that's a bigger, we sell fish smaller than that for the market, because that's what people can afford. So we're putting the males in now. We're going to collect some more females. But I hope you've enjoyed that video. It's great to have you with us, and it's really good to see things ramping up here as we carry on. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.